Imagine uncovering a terrifying dark truth about your loved ones. A chilling revelation that cuts through the heart, leaving you gasping for breath. This is not a nightmare you can wake up from, but a reality you have to face, a bitter pill you have to swallow. Enter John, a man you thought you knew, a man you thought you could trust, an officer of the law, a pillar of the community, a loving family man. But beneath the facade of normalcy, there lurked a monster, a secret so sinister it could shatter the world as you know it. Imagine the shock, the disbelief, the heart-wrenching pain of discovering that this man, this person you shared your life with, is not who he seemed. A trusted officer, a family man, John was a monster hiding behind a mask of normalcy. The mask slips and the monster is revealed, a dark revelation that shakes you to your core. But what do you do when your world crumbles around you? Do you crumble along with it? Or do you gather the shards of your shattered life and fight back? And so begins a tale of deceit and betrayal, of courage and resilience. A tale where the victim becomes the victor, the prey becomes the predator. A tale that brings to light the dark underbelly of our society, where monsters lurk beneath masks of normalcy. But remember, not all is lost. Even in the darkest of nights, there's always a glimmer of hope, a beacon of light guiding you towards the dawn. And in this tale, that beacon of light is Becky Lawson, a woman shattered but not broken, a woman who decided to take a stand, to fight the monster that destroyed her world. A trusted officer, a family man, John was a monster hiding behind a mask of normalcy. But in the face of this dark revelation, will Becky crumble or will she rise? Will she let the monster win or will she fight back? Only time will tell. But one thing's for certain, this is a tale that's bound to leave you on the edge of your seat, a tale that's bound to make you question everything you thought you knew about the people you love. Shattered, Becky Lawson decided to take a stand. In a world where monsters lurk beneath the surface, one woman chose to confront them head-on. Becky, a woman just like any of us. She laughed, she loved, she lived. But one day, her world crumbled. The man she trusted, the man she loved, was not what he seemed. Officer John, a beacon of light in their community, a loving husband, was a monster in disguise. Betrayal, they say, comes in many forms. For Becky, it came in the form of a trusted officer's evil smile, a smile that concealed a world of darkness, a world she never knew existed. Yet, she chose not to cower. She chose to stand tall, to fight back. Haunted by a truth she wished she'd never uncovered, Becky decided to face the monster. She decided to bring John to justice. But this was no fairy tale. This was real life. And real life, as we all know, is far more complicated. Behind the mask of normalcy, John had built a fortress of deception. A fortress Becky had to penetrate. Armed with nothing more than her courage and determination, she plunged into a treacherous quest. A quest that would lead her through a maze of betrayal and deceit. A quest that would test her strength, her resilience, her very spirit. But Becky was no ordinary woman. She was a woman with a mission. A woman with a burning desire for justice. A woman who refused to be a victim. Despite the odds stacked against her, despite the fear gnawing at her heart, she trudged on. She had one goal in mind, to unmask the monster, to expose the truth. Would she succeed? Or would she become another casualty in John's web of lies? Only time could tell, but one thing was certain. Becky was not going down without a fight. Not today. Not ever. Haunted by guilt, Becky plunged into a treacherous quest, navigating through betrayal and deceit. John, however, refused to pay for his sins. The officer, the family man, the monster. John was a master at hiding in plain sight. Now, with his secrets exposed, he wasn't about to go down without a fight. This wasn't just a battle of right and wrong anymore. It was a deadly game, and Becky was his unwilling opponent. Becky Lawson, the woman who had discovered the terrifying truth, was now ensnared in John's sinister plans. The game was rigged, the stakes were high, and the rules, well, there were none. The mask of normalcy had fallen off, revealing a rogue player who wouldn't hesitate to break the rules. The game board was set, the pieces were moving. The once trusted officer was now the predator and Becky, the prey. But she wasn't just a pawn in his game, she was the queen. And the queen, as we all know, is the most powerful piece on the board. Haunted by guilt and driven by the need for justice, Becky navigated through a labyrinth of betrayal and deceit. Every step was a gamble, every move a risk. The game was on, and it wasn't one she could afford to lose. John, on the other hand, was playing to win. He had no intentions of paying for his sins, not if he could help it. He was willing to go to any lengths to keep his dark secrets buried, but Becky was determined to bring them to light. In this deadly game of cat and mouse, Becky's life was hanging in the balance. She was walking on a tightrope, with danger lurking at every corner, but she was not alone. She had her strength, her resilience, and most importantly, her will to fight. The question now was, with the odds stacked against her, would she emerge victorious? Could she outsmart the monster and reclaim her shattered life? The game was far from over, and only time would tell who would have the last laugh. With her life hanging in the balance, would she emerge victorious? Only time would tell. In a world filled with secret lies, can Becky reclaim her shattered life? Enter the labyrinthine universe of deception, where every turn leads you deeper into its treacherous depths. Becky Lawson is trapped in this very maze, a web spun by the very man she trusted the most, John, a man who wore the mask of a loving family man by day and transformed into a deceitful monster by night. As Becky sifts through the fragments of her broken trust, she finds herself in the eye of a storm that's not just a tempest of betrayal but also a whirlwind of lies and deceit. This is no ordinary storm, though. It's a storm that's been carefully woven strand by strand into a web of deception, a web that's as intricate as it is deadly. But Becky isn't just any ordinary woman. She's a woman who's been pushed to the edge, a woman who's been forced to confront the demons of her past. And as she steps into this web, she discovers a strength she never knew she had, a strength that's fueled by a burning desire for justice. As Becky navigates this web, she uncovers layer upon layer of deceit, each one darker and more twisted than the last. The web is a labyrinth, a puzzle that she must solve, a game that she must win. And at the heart of it all is John, the puppet master, pulling the strings, reveling in the chaos he's created. But Becky is not deterred. She's not scared, she's determined. For every lie that's spun, she's ready with the truth. For every deception, she's armed with the facts. And as she cuts through the web, she uncovers the true face of John, a face that's no longer hidden behind a mask, a face that's finally revealed for the monster it truly is. Join Becky in Bad Apple, a gripping thriller that explores resilience in the face of darkness. Together, let's unravel the web of deception, one strand at a time. Will you plunge into this harrowing journey with Becky? Picture yourself entangled in a web of deception, where every step you take could be your last. Imagine the fear, the courage, the relentless determination required to take on a world that's turned against you. This isn't just a story. This is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The tale of Becky Lawson is one of triumph, a testament to the strength that lies within us all, a family woman, a victim, a survivor. Becky's world was shattered when she discovered the monster lurking behind the mask of a trusted officer, a pillar of their community, her husband John. Haunted by guilt and betrayal, Becky had a choice: to crumble beneath the weight of her circumstances or to rise, to fight, and to reclaim her shattered life. She chose the latter. Becky plunged headfirst into a treacherous quest, navigating the perilous landscape of deceit and betrayal. John, the monster from Becky's past, refused to pay for his sins, twisting their lives into a deadly game of cat and mouse. But Becky, our heroine, refused to be the prey. With her life hanging in the balance, she pushed through the darkness, emerging on the other side stronger, more resolved. In a world filled with secret lies and dangerous truths, Becky reclaimed her life, standing triumphant in the face of darkness. Her journey, her struggles, her triumph are all chronicled in the gripping thriller Bad Apple, a tale that explores the depths of human resilience, the power of truth, and the strength of a woman determined to stand against the odds. So, will you join Becky? Will you stand with her, walk with her, fight with her? Will you plunge into the harrowing journey that is Bad Apple? Will you explore the dark corners of human nature, face the monsters that lurk within us all, and stand triumphant in the face of adversity? Let us know in the comments.